So after losing the Perth Test by 295 runs, the Australian team started gearing up for the pink ball Adelaide Test, which will start from December 6 here at the Adelaide Oval. We are standing right outside the Australian net. Some of the players are still practicing, although majority of them have completed their practice, and we will give a low breakdown of what happened exactly in the Australian nets today. I'm joined by Debasis Sen. Devashis, Steve Smith, Usman Khwaja, Marnus Labuschagne, Nathan McSweeney, Alex Carey, everyone one were in action today. Although the main bowlers did not come. What did you take away from Australia's net session
Yeah,
today?
obviously, all they are trying to do was to get rid of that Jasprit Bumrah
Factor.
factor. Means obviously, clearly, as it was evident today in the practice session, all the batters had a long and extended session in the middle. Obviously, they all took throwdowns, but they have to get out of that
Mindset.
mindset of tackling Bumrah, because if they cannot go out, obviously Australia might as well go 2-0 down in Adelaide Test. Subhayan.
Absolutely, and then there will be huge pressure on the Aussie batters. Yes, we are seeing the Australian media, the former Aussie cricketers who are constantly scrutinizing or constantly criticizing the approach made by the Aussie batters, Aussie team in the Perth Test, and of course they have already been dealt with a huge blow with Josh Hazlewood set to miss the Test match, the Adelaide Test, due to a low-grade side strain. But the players on focus were three bowlers in my opinion today. Devashish, the number one is Marnus Labuschagne. Today also Travis Head was asked about Marnus Labuschagne's form and how he is tackling to overcome that. Steve Smith had a lengthy session, almost 1.5 hours, where he mostly took the and was frustrated in one phase, but he was looking fine in fine touch in most of the time. But Usman Khwaja as well. It is extremely windy in Adelaide, so the weather has constantly changed. So you can see our tripod stand, which is wobbling a bit. So don't mind that. But yeah, we'll cover it up with some practice visuals. Devashish, but
Yeah,
Steve Smith, Usman Khwaja, and
obviously,
Marnus.
obviously. Yeah, obviously, as Subhayan, as I was saying, obviously, the focus on the Australian batters was to get used to the pink ball, which they are. Means having played the pink ball test, it's been an annual affair here in Australia. But still, given the kind of form Bumrah has been in, Harshit Rana, once again, despite him making his debut, he troubled the Australian batters. Mohammad Siraj also looked good. So Australian will have to switch to plan B if they have to bounce back and level the series.
Absolutely, and there were a lot of hits and misses at the nets today. Of course, they were practicing with the pink ball, so the throwdown specialists were going hard at them. They were trying to seam the ball, they were trying to swing the ball, and beat Steve Smith, beat Marnus, or beat Usman Khwaja. They all got beaten multiple times. Steve Smith even got bowled a couple of times, clean bowled. He had no clue what the ball was doing in some time, and that made him a bit frustrated. He was talking to the throwdown specialist, who was giving him the throwdowns, and they were having a banter about how he has beaten them. But yes, the onus will be, as I was saying, that onus will be on the senior guys. Okay, Nathan McSweeney is there. Marnus Labuschagne is going through a dip in form, a very bad dip, which has been discussed highly in the Australian media. But the onus will be on the likes of Usman Khwaja, Steve Smith, to carry this batting unit, score some big runs. That is what Australia needed. And for the Indian department, I think the focus, the main target will be to get rid of Usman Khwaja as soon as possible, because that will expose Steve Smith against the new pink ball. What do you think, Devashita?
Absolutely, Subhayan, and Australia's top four. You could see actually all the three top batters, Australian batters, Marnus Labuschagne, Steve Smith, and Usman Khwaja,
And
were
Travis
the
Head also,
last, and Travis said were the last to leave the nets.
Yeah.
So clearly, you could see that the senior players have taken the responsibility, and they have to, given the statement from Josh Hazlewood. Obviously, Travis said did mention that there is no rift in the dressing room, but believe me, that the batters in the Australian dressing room knows how important is it for them to score runs. Given that the bowlers have done well, they have given the wickets, they have picked the wickets. It is the onus is on the batters to start scoring runs. The sooner the later, because the conditions precisions will be tested here with the pink ball, and we all know how challenging it is. But Subhayan, clearly you could see that intent in the Australian batters. Especially, I'm talking about the four top batters in that Australian lineup: Smith, Head, Labuschagne, and Khwaja.
Absolutely, and all eyes will be on Travis Head once again. This is his home ground, his home city. So let's see what the Australian team does in the next couple of days in the build up to this Adelaide test. The Indian team will reach Adelaide today, and we'll show that visuals also. But yes, we will leave you with some visuals from Australia's net, be it Steve Smith, Marnus, Travis Head, or Usman Khwaja, or Nathan McSweeney.
I would just
Yeah.
like to add one more point before we wrap up
Yeah.
this video. Obviously, we have to speak a little bit on Beau Webster. Obviously, he
was
is
there.
definitely like to make a play in the pink ball test, because Mitchell Marsh, we all know, is not fit. So and he looked quite good, Subhayan.
Right. For a new player, and Travis had also talked about Beau Webster. He has done well for in the Sheffield Shield for India A, and he picked up 6 wickets. If I am not wrong, against India, I picked up the wickets of Shan Kishan, Devdutt Padikkal, Sai
Most of the
Sudarshan,
left-handers.
most of the left-handers. So for India, Rishabh Pant is one of the players whom Beau Webster will be targeting in the middle order, and of course up front, Yashasvi Jaiswal is someone who has troubled the Australian bowlers a lot. So Beau Webster is one of the players to watch out for in the build up to this Adelaide test, and as I said, we will leave you with some visuals of Beau Webster and other players also from the Australian net session today. So stay tuned to Revsportz for all the coverage of the Border-Gavaskar Trophy, and thank you for watching this video.